Right here, boys. Don't panic. Do not panic. All right, Bob and Joy versus Frontline. That was some AFK motherfucking villager seconds right there. Bob and Joy playing as Old Faithful. Has to be minimal. We saw him earlier. We saw him on the stream earlier. He was commenting on the stream earlier. Definitely still lurks around on the old Age of Empire 3 streams. So that is my guess. Yeah, that it is minimal. Going up against Frontline, though, this is going to be a close game. This is going to be a really close game. These two are like sort of old school kind of players, Skirm Goon type of players. This is going to be an absolute banger of a game. Both of these guys, what was the elo? 2150 or so? So both of these guys right next to each other on the ladder. Vying for that spot in the top page of the ladder right now. We are on Carillion Lakes. I challenge you to a duel, sir. Ha! Ha ha! Coward! Coward, sir! Oh, look at the frilly boy. Coming to back his boy up. With that man knows how to box. Look, he jabs. He double jabs. He double jabs and then gives the right hook. Look at this guy go. Look, he's proper like this. He gives it the flick jab. He gives him the Tyson Fury jab. Love to see it. Yeah, Minimo in the chat. We know it's you, Mini. Mini, can you just admit that this is you, just so I can be proven right? It's always fun. Anyone wants a top tip against Germany? Don't be too afraid against Germany about diving in your Explorer, because Germany will not garrison their settler wagons because it's not very efficient to do so. The only way they'll do it is by using their built villagers, so a normal settler. And obviously, at the start of the game, like, he's only got 5 of them. So he will never garrison his settler wagons because they only count as 1 villager inside a TC, even though their gather rate is equivalent to 2 villagers. So it's very, very not efficient to garrison them just to kill an explorer. So generally, you won't take as much damage. Unless, of course, they're retarded 1100 elo player that will just garrison every single settler. But if they do that, then that's good for you, because your opponent isn't gathering with settler wagons, which is kind of crazy. So that's good for you, even if you do lose your explorer. Does run away with 22 HP though, and Frederick Hasberg here is on 85. Good to see Frontline playing though, definitely. Yo, what's up, Hawk Girl? Okay, let's have a look at the decks. We haven't even looked at the decks yet. Hi. Do you have Palatine Settlements? Interesting. Advanced Arsenal. Pandours. He has Pandours. It's not very often you see Pandours over Jaegers. But probably a good decision versus Dutch, because you're going to see lots of skirms. You're going to see lots of Reuters. And although Jaegers do better versus Reuters, these guys do pretty good versus Reuters still. But they absolutely wreck skirmishers. So... interesting. I think that's a good call overall to have Pandours over Jaegers. Personally, I'd like to see both of them. But hey, you can't have everything in this world. Frontline going for that TP now. Let's go have a look at Bob Enjoyer, a.k.a. Minimolt. He can pretend it's not him. But we know... does have the bozzers, the big boy bozzers. Obviously has the religious freedom as well, so he gets the red lancers. I love that. I do see Bob and Joy have this in his deck very often, which I do like. Advanced Artillery. I think it's such a good card for Dutch. Like, you basically want to have it in every single deck these days. Just because in DE, like, every civ has a industrial or, you know, fortress build, all that sort of good stuff. And the one thing that Dutch can lack is siege. So having that, being able to siege from afar is really, really important. So I do like advanced artillery for Dutch. Okay. We are in the second age now. Third bank going down. 700 wood is here. Shipping in the bank wagon straight after as well. Is he going to build some hussars here? Probably going to see a 4-bank hussar semi. A couple of Ulons already out. Explorer picking up some coins. Still picking up... both Explorers still picking up treasures, which is good to see. Might as well do something with them rather than just be completely idle. And we are going to see some hussars. So standard kind of 5 hussar, I imagine. 4-bank semi-FF here. Not going for 700 coin or 700 wood, 700 food either. So going for the 600 wood, which is good, like, to adapt in H2. You could put down a couple of barracks, or, you know, you could make pikes as well with it and all that sort of good stuff. But still traps, yada. Or you could just be doing it to be greedy. You know, get another stable, get another barracks, and age up with 4 banks. Frontline doing basically the same thing here. He's gone for 3 settler wagons, 700 coins. So he's going to be aging up quickly. Yeah. But we have 7 Ulons versus 4 hussars and TC fire. There's going to be 1 villager down, surely. The pathing with the moose in the way. The moose is loose. Quite literally, the moose was loose there. And unfortunately, that villager could not maneuver around that moose quick enough. There's some people who go, well, that was the pathing fault. No, you can't just fucking reappear in front of a, what would you even call that? Like, atomize through a fucking animal. Things have to have hitboxes in this game. Just like anything else. Goes for another 5 hussars here, but the only problem with that, there's a good chance that frontline will just back up here. And he'll be able to run away. Yeah, he sees a big batch of hussars there. Gonna snare them down with his explorer. He'll happily lose his explorer if that means he gets to run all of these Ulons away. The problem here, Germany are almost in the next age, and they got a shipment ready to go, but they got a shipment on tap. Whilst Dutch are going to be slow here, they're going to be stuck in H2 for a lot longer than Germany are. And there might be a chance that he doesn't have a shipment ready to go either. And look at this. War wagons in queue. 3 are on the way from the home city as well. Yes, he'll have to garrison here. Dutch knows the gameplay here. Dutch knows what's going on here. He has to try and push in, try and make some damage, try and do something whilst he can. But he can't linger. He also knows he can't linger because he knows that war wagons are very shortly going to be on the way. And it's getting to this point of the match where if I had those hussars, yeah, I'd just back them up. He just kept them there for like 10 seconds. That was pretty scary. Oh, wow. He even shipped 8. Oh, my God. Oh, God. No, he's staying in H2. Yeah. Oh, God. I do not like this. Okay, he's going to go for the sandwich. The pikemen are going to get there. But against war wagons, that's not enough skirmishers. So, again, that's a nice sandwich. Frontline thought he was getting a good sandwich on Bob Enjoyer, but little did he know Bob Enjoyer was lying in wait, and the sandwich was all his, baby. If Piper can connect to war wagons here, that's kind of nice. The problem is, war wagons, yeah, Minutemen now, and I don't think he's going to kill these Ulons. I don't even think he's going to kill all of the Ulons. Pikemen attacking war wagons. Still 1 hussar left. And this is the problem. I mean, he has to kill the Ulons. And Minutemen power spike was too much to handle there. And now he's left with just 5 skirmishers with 9 Ulons on the way. Hiya! 700 food coming in. Please tell me he's aging up. He's not even aging up yet. I'm going to call this game. I'm going to call it. I'm going to say it's over, bitch. Mini-molt, mini-molt, mini-molt. What were you thinking? Skirmisher sleeping on the job there. Does have a... He made 5 more huzzahs. There's a few weak war wagons there. But what's he going to do against all of these Ulons? Because steaming in right now. Maybe buy some wood, make 5 pikemen. He's still on 4 banks. I would probably cancel that skirmisher if I'm being honest. Does have Minutemen himself now. Oh, wow. Gets a good, obviously gets a good raid there. That's at least 1 settler wagon I saw dead there.
Aufgabe.
Just the 1 settler wagon, though. Skirmishers on the way. Have you ever seen Minutemen in that formation? It's like they're taking a piss, isn't it? All right, boys. Piss formation. Right, siege is just happening. There's absolutely nothing to defend himself here. There's some skirmishers, but 4 Ulons, 4 huzzahs is not going to be enough to deal with those Ulons. He might be able to squeeze in a settler wagon, though, which he will 100% take. Okay, Reuters here. War wagons all go down. TC fire, very nice. Maybe there's a sliver of hope for Mini-molt to get back into this game here. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe if the stars align. And the stars are aligning because I see man like Kaiser Klein in the chat. How you doing, Big Kaiser? Good to see you, mate. But the scores are kind of close as well, but frontline, the German pain train, AOE3 is happening. And I don't think Dutch has enough welly in them here to do much about it. Just got a nice composition here. A bit of everything. A little dazzle of everything. Dutch are going to be forced off food here. Does have 1 safe mine. But Dutch do have the economic lead. They really do. 4 banks and 30 vills to, what is it, 7 war wagons to like 32, 33 equivalent settlers for Germany. So he's done some good raiding. He has done some good raiding. He just needs to be able to survive somehow. And still hasn't used his Minutemen, so that might be something. That might be something. But again, he's forcing to use his market here just to buy skirmishers. Which is okay temporarily, but in a prolonged fight, that's not what you want. His explorer is still over here just picking up treasures. And Mini-molt is desperate to get that food, and Frontline should know that. Frontline should be pressuring the villagers here. Look, Mini-molt trying to get a herd in. But that's not going to happen. The one chance that Dutch have in this scenario, though, is that, okay, it looks like he's kind of leaving his villagers there to try and tank with his villagers. Nice micro there, killing 2 skirmishers in 1. In these little skirmishes, that's massive. Dutch can just kind of put everyone on gold, and they have a lot of cards and kind of power spikes to just send things like Bosniaks or Red Lancers or whatever. T saying, want to see Italy versus Sweden? As in a recorded game, or if you want to send a recorded game over, by all means, send it in the Discord. Kaiser saying, if Dutch just went 10 Hussemi, would have been easy. Germany's making too many war wagons. Yeah, I mean, did he even need to make 10 hussars? Like, he could have just made 5 hussars. He could have just made 5 hussars, and the Ulons really wouldn't have been able to pressure them that much. He still has the Minutemen. I would have preferred as well, when he went 600 wood, I would have preferred that to be 700 gold or 700 food, and then he would have been able to semi-FF it stronger. That's what I would do. Don't take advice from me. Every time I play Dutch, all I do when I play Dutch, my whole objective with Dutch is to revolt to South Africa. That is literally all. That is my sole intention, is to get to South Africa, because that is where Dutch is absolutely flies. More raiding going on here from Dutch. Somehow, Minimo actually being the one to pressure here. Oh, Villager going down, surviving on 1 HP there, I think. Front line, 29 Vils. But the Pandours, we talked about this earlier. So now Frontline has lost 2 settler wagons. We saw that earlier. There was definitely a villager here on like 1 HP. Yeah, like 5 HP villager there. Does have Gangsaw. But the Pandours is going to be massive. And I said this earlier. This 3K score down. But when that Pandour pops, there's a lot of resources invested into that card. So when it comes out of the TC, it's going to spike up here for a good 1 to 2K score. So we go from 17 to 19. So 2K there. And now the scores are neck and neck. But Frontline has the trick up his sleeve. The Pandours. These things are 4.5 speed as well. So the Skirms can try to run away. Look how cool these guys are as well. They're such a cool looking unit. My God, those guys have some swag. They got UGG boots on. They literally have UGG boots. 4.5 speed, 25 range attack with a 2.5 multiplier versus skirmishers. So they do like 60, 70 damage or so to skirmishers. So now Minimart has to run back here and think about what he's going to do. He's making halberdiers, which I like generally. But against these Pandours, it's going to be a problem. Against the Pandours, it's going to be a problem. He's trying to do a huge raid over here. Still has his Minimen, though. Still has his Minimen, which could be crucial. So about 40 villagers here. Not quite. About 37 villagers here for Frontline. Whilst Bob Enjoyer is on 33 villagers, but still on 4 banks. So he still has the lead by a comfortable margin as well. Like, still has a economic advantage over Frontline. That dying villager, it goes down, but valiant effort there. Brings the herd in ever so closer towards Bob Enjoy's base. Okay, bringing his Explorer back. Minutemen going for Hussars. 4 Hussars. They are veteran, though. Kind of nice. Okay, is he just trying to fight? He gets his Explorer, gets the snare. Pandours are kind of going AWOL here. The halberdiers, if they can connect now, Pandours, yes, they have multipliers versus skirmishers, but unlike skirmishers, Pandours don't really do that much damage to halberdiers. They have a 1.25 multiplier, almost nothing extra versus halberdiers. But look at this, they have no melee resistance. Halberdiers do more damage to them than they do to them. And look at the comeback. It all comes down to micro. The halberdiers on war wagons here. It always comes down to micro and Microsoft. And Bob Enjoyer, Minimo, fantastic split. Frontline's army there. Frontline, one of the best players in the game. All it took was bringing his Explorer back. And that snare, the snare from the Explorer, just turned Frontline's units into, I don't know what happened. They didn't know their left from the right. They didn't know their front from the back. They didn't know their dicks from their ass. And it showed there. And that's all it took. So Bob Enjoyer, Hussars with the halberdiers turned out to be a really smart counter against those Pandours. And I thought there just wasn't going to be an answer to those Pandours.
Hello?
Bob Enjoyer somehow surviving some villagers over here as well, which was nice. But yeah, just when I was calling out Minimote, saying how gash this build order was, he turns it around like the beast he is. GG's well played. And these raids did end up hurting Frontline here. Look, we got villager population. There was 1 settler wagon. There was 2 settler wagons. There was a settler. So that's 5 villagers. Another one here. 6. So he killed 6 villagers, basically. He killed 6 villagers, which was really, really nice. GG's, well played. And speak of the devil, well played, Minimote.